ladies, this is Irene. I just finished filming a video where I showed this, and I talked about wanting to show you how I made this double bow, and this is done without doing any knots to it at all. And I kind of found this out about a month, maybe a couple of months ago, by kind of looking at an old hair tie that fell apart from one of my daughters, one of the bows, and I looked at it and I remember thinking, well, that looks like it was not knotted but actually done the way I'm going to show you. So anyway, here I've got a box of little rolls. Just trying to see which one I can use to show you. I think this one might work. Alright, so we might do one with this for now. It's kind of got the wire on the side. I would have preferred just to do one without it. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Alright, so then all you'll need is I'll just pop that down. All you'll need is some string. If you're using this thicker type of one, you just want to knot it once and that'll be alright. Don't worry about it coming undone. I'll show you why later. Your ribbon, your scissors and your glue, and that's it. So first you'll cut out, see how long you want it. So that will be the first one here. And then you kind of measure your next one, and you'd kind of want your next one to be bigger. About there. Alright, so there are your two strips. So now what you do is you just I think it might be a good idea to use your hot glue gun with this, because it'll stick better. And then you just glue the other side like that. Right. So, that's strange. Didn't I put that glue on all the way? There we go. Might put that onto level 1. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, so it's like this. There we go. There's one. You want to leave that in the middle like that. And then you want to get your edges and do the same thing. Oops, sorry. Get your, that's not, bring it up a bit. And again, on the edge, from one side to another, thin piece of glue. And it held just as well with this clear craft glue. That's what I did it with yesterday, but yeah, I just want to make sure it doesn't come apart. So, yeah. Now the next step is get yourself a bit of string, any type of string. It's probably better to use that thinner white one, not the I suppose you could use this what you use to, you know, like your needles and thread, but I don't know, might be a bit thin. I don't know, we'll try it. Maybe you could double it over, because the thing with this is you can only knot it once because it gets real clunky, but with this you'll be able to knot it a few times. So anyway, with this you find your middle And it's probably best, if you want this to be the front, you want to tie it so it faces the front. And if you do it this way, your creases, I'll show you what I mean. No, I think it might work better with this one actually, ladies. Yeah, I think thicker string is better. June. Doesn't matter about it being June because you'll hide it. Yeah, it works better with thicker string, I think. And then you just play around with how you want it to look. So there, you tie it like that. You might be tempted to double tie it, but I'm a bit worried it's going to get lumpy looking. This hasn't really stuck too well. Maybe I might just stick it down a bit more. Maybe the hot glue doesn't work because I didn't do it with hot glue before. I think I might just stick with the craft glue next time, but I've started with it. Yeah, that's the thing with hot glue. You have to make sure you press it down straight away or it doesn't stick. It's really strange. Alright, so here we go again. Now, you might want to turn it around and see whether you like. I think it looks better on this side. See, if I was to double tie it again, it'll get real clunky, I think. So just give it a good, like that, once. Cut it like that. And then do your next one. Find your middle. Yeah, I think because this is wire on the edges, whereas the other one wasn't, so it was a lot easier to work with. Yeah, it's a bit strange working with this wire one. And make sure it's even, you know, like where it is in the middle. Kind of move that over a bit. Bit more. So open it up maybe and bring it over a bit more. Yeah, all right. There we go. This one isn't wanting to stay, but that's all right because the other one's going to cover it. Show you what I mean. Now what you're going to do is that's going to go on top like that. Might want to put just a tiny bit of glue here just to hold that in place and press it down. Now, of course, you want to cover that so you get some of this, and of course this is too thick, so you might want to cut it a bit. That's what I did with the other one. I cut it a bit because it's too thick looking. But this having wire on it, it doesn't really look good cutting it because one side is, you know, so I might have to cut both the sides so it looks cut that ribbon a bit again. So now you want to play with it and roll it. Probably start from the back, so you put your bit of glue on the back. Oh, I'm sorry. Like that. And then you bring it towards the front. Like that. Put the glue on the back. On the back, like that. And then you cut that little excess part off. Yeah. And that's how you create your double bow with no knotting involved, if that makes sense. So I suppose the good stuff with that is you can shape it, because this has got the wire, so you can shape it a bit. Kind of give it a bit of depth. So there we go. And yeah, so we can stop here, or we can keep going with this one. Okay, this is the one I should have used. There's no wire on this one, so let's see if this one turns out better. Again, and we'll use the normal glue for less hassles. So as simple as getting a bit of glue on the edge to like that. There we go. So there's one. And you want to go. Right. So that's one. That's working a lot easier. Right. Let's try this thin string. We'll double this over and see if this works with the non-wire ribbon. We'll start with a small one. Okay, just maybe keep it a bit loose. And the good thing with this is you can double tie it because it's so thin. If you're a bit worried about the thick one not being able to double tie it. There we go, so there's that one. I think this way looks pretty good. And now we'll do the same with this one. Double it over. A bit fiddly. Kind of have to make sure it's in the middle. I still do think it works best with a thicker one, because this, see how bad it kind of, yeah, I think with the bigger one I might have to use the June. I think the bigger it is, the more it folds over it and doesn't hold its lovely bow shape. Kind of straighten it up a bit, give it a little tie. There we go. So make sure it's facing the right way, turn it over. No, that's the back bit, see where it's been tied. Yeah. I suppose you could knot it that way, but no, it doesn't matter, because they're all going to be held together soon. Right, so snip that off. And for this part I might use a bit of hot glue. Sorry, just unglue it. This one, if you unplug it, it goes for 5 minutes. Still works for 5 minutes after unplugging, so that's alright. And I'll stick this one on top. Make sure you stick it. Oh, and burn yourself too. And now the next part will be. Now that might look a bit thick. I don't know, maybe some people like that. Doesn't look too bad actually. We'll try get it as tight as possible too. So maybe we'll start with the glue on the back. There. That, oh. And bring it, so there's the front here. I'll bring it around. Put it down. Fold it over to make it really tight. I might have to leave it like that. Put some on the back and bring that over really with these fingers. Hold that, and with this one bring it around like that to get it real taut. And might want to cut that off so you don't see that. Cool. Right, so that is what you're left with. So yeah, I think the tip is don't use wired ribbon. I don't know, it works, just a bit more fiddlier I think. So that's the one with the wired one. Yeah, and of course you don't have to double it, you can just use this concept and just do one, like that. But I think it looks cuter with the two. And you could probably change your ribbons, put two totally different ribbons. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. Bye.